Sheesh. Okay. I think we're live. Okay, we are. But I gotta reset my webcam. It's bugging. Give me 1 second. I was not prepared for this. I should have been, but I wasn't. So please ignore that for a second. We're gonna fight through these technical difficulties. How does the stream sound? I was not prepared for this. Okay, sounds fine. Okay. This beat goes kind of hard. Oh, live Gooby reaction. What? All right, I think we're back. Yeah, we're good. All right, what's up, everybody? It's gonna be another shiny hunting stream, but I also really want to talk about, we got Pokemon Presents tomorrow. I'm super excited for that. We got a lot of stuff that's gonna be happening in the coming weeks and months, potentially a year, for Pokemon. I'm very excited. I'm gonna be trying to get on the coverage as much as possible. Frank, welcome to the stream, bro. Happy to see you in here. But yeah, I'm super excited. But we're gonna go ahead and just start shiny hunting, and then of course any predictions, leaks, rumors for Pokemon Presents. That talk is very welcome here today. This is the day to talk about this stuff. I'm gonna adjust this 1 moment. Let me see here. I crave Alola content. I mean, I get it. I like Alola, but I don't think we're getting anything Alola this year. I don't think we are, unfortunately. But no, I agree with you. Alola could be Alola would be fire to see this year. My number one hope. All right, here's my top 3. I don't know if this is the top 3 like in order, but I need something Unova. I need something Unova. I need something Unova. Next, we have on my list. I don't want anything. You know what I mean? Like, I want them to take their time. Drop a really good remake, something new or Gen 10 in like 2 years from now. Not 2024, not 2025. I'm okay with waiting. If we wait, as long as we get something good, I'm okay with it. Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm a huge Alola fan. I think Alola gets a lot of hate, but I think I don't think we're gonna see anything Alola. I'm cheering for Unova. I think that's my number one. Like, as much as I really want to say it would be great to not get an announcement this year. Oh, I gotta open up my counter. 1 moment. I don't have the reset counter live. Let's see here. We're at 1,000 resets. And then I believe this is the button. What is my button to make sure? It's been a second since I've gone live. Y'all gotta bear with me. Let's see here. Is the music too loud? Is the music too quiet? Everything good? Unova would be epic too, especially with the gen it was the gen I began with. What I want most is for old GBA games. Yes, that'd be great. I don't want it to be like on Nintendo Switch Online though. I'd rather it be virtual content, because like if it's Nintendo Switch Online, all my stuff is locked to a cloud. I want to be able to have the games, you know what I mean? All good? Alright, sweet. Sorry, I haven't done this in a minute. I don't remember how to do this, to be honest with you. Next. Okay, so this button. Okay, that's the button. We got it. Now we can play the game. Um, Gen 5 is my number one. My number one hope. I really want to see Gen 5. Um, at the same time, though, I'm okay with them releasing nothing. Because also, if they release Gen 5, I have a feeling they're going to do what they did with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl and outsource the games. And that could go one of two ways. It could be like BDSP all over again. Or it could be really freaking good. And I'm hoping it's the latter. But it's I'm understandably nervous because Gen 5 is one of my favorite, if not my favorite generations. So I want to see it get justice. I feel like the Gen 4 remake, like we did get the Legends game, so it balanced out because that was a good. It'd be really cool to see like a Legends Unova game, like if we saw like Legends Kyurem or something, and we got like lore on the original dragon or something. That would be really cool. I think original dragon lore is much wanted by the Pokemon community. Like I think based on what people are expecting, which is like a Johto game or a Unova game, no matter what they announce, I think I'll be happy. I also wouldn't be mad if and hear me out when I say this, because I think this would rub some people the wrong way, but hear me out. I would not be mad if they simply announced another Scarlet Violet DLC. Now, I haven't played the DLCs yet, but if they announce that, I think it's a good sign, because it would show that they're pushing the other stuff back. You know what I mean? Like, they're making us wait longer for something new, which means there's going to be more time for development, because Scarlet and Violet already came out like two years ago. So like the longer we wait before we hear about something new, it's a better sign. Like I know Nintendo listens. I know Game Freak listens. They know we want a good game. But I don't know. Like they hear us. Do they listen though? That's a different story. I think I finally have a drawing idea that I'll have to go with after 2 days. Nice. Happy for you. And my art project, by the way, I got a 98 out of 100 on it. The one that I ended stream to do last week. So I'm happy with myself. Got that out of the way. I have another one I gotta do for Wednesday now, but I'll do it tomorrow. Check one thing real quick. I just want to make sure myself got that out of the way. I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit. I'll do it tomorrow. There we go. That's what I want to make sure. I wanted to make sure everything sounded alright, because I like to be able to edit this stuff later on. So if the music's too loud, I can't add different music and it sounds weird. I'm very picky person. This is the third time in a row you've drawn art involving stars. I mean, stars they're mesmerizing, you know. But how's your guys doing today? Pokemon 23 and Frank. Anyone else in here? I'm about to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Excuse me. Do you think I'm getting the shiny Tepig today? That's the biggest question on the table right now. Do we think I'm getting the shiny Tepig? It could finally... Today could be the day. But tomorrow, I'm heavily... And I need to preface this. Kids, do not skip school. You know. But I might not go to my class in the morning so I can stream the Pokemon Presents, do some coverage. You know, I want to cover it. I'm so excited. I'm the most excited I've been in a long time. I want to be able to make videos on it. I'd like to, I want to do the whole 9 yards. I want to be the guy that people like, all right, Pokemon news, let me check out Gooby. Like, I can stream for quite a few hours today. We'll see how the mental goes after a few hours of resets. But I do have to get off of here but by like 9 or so. So I've got some time. But back to the and if we don't get, and let's like expand the views of what they could announce, because there's a very good chance we're gonna get a remake announced or some sort of mainline game. But what are we thinking for like side games? Like do you guys think we could get like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon back? That could be super cool. I think people go to A Drive when checking out Pokemon news. I unsubscribed from him because he was doing leaks and spoilers too much and not shiny hunting. Yeah, I watched so much A Drive back in the day. I actually put a TikTok out like a few weeks ago. It was a story time of an interaction I had with A Drive and Galactic Elliot, like probably like 8 years ago. It's a really funny story. It's on my TikTok, but I'll tell the story now as well. But first, yeah, A Drive does do a lot of the coverage, but I think during the Gen 8 and 9 era, it got really spoilery, and I didn't want to watch. Like, I really liked his shiny hunting. I even watched some of his playthroughs. Like, he did the bug locks; those were pretty fun. And I love A Drive. You know, he did some very nice things for me. I've never had a bad interaction with the guy, but yeah, people definitely like. I know A Drive always pops off during Pokemon leak season, hype season, and good for him. I'm happy for him. But yeah, I do think the spoilers. I know what you mean. But no hate to the guy whatsoever from me. But I actually the video explains it better. It's like a 2-minute TikTok I posted, but I'll try to go off memory. I kind of had stuff on my screen like key points for the story. Um, this was during the probably Omega Ruby, maybe Sun and Moon days. Somewhere in that window. I think it was like 2015, 2016. I was in like 8th grade, and I would say I was A Drive's biggest fan. I was always in his stream. I was always chatting. He knew my username, he'd answer my messages. He followed me back on Twitter. It was very cool for me. Eventually one day I was streaming on Twitch to 0 viewers, maybe 1 viewer, who was like one of my best friends at the and I still talk to him to this day. But I'm just chilling. I'm playing a Pokemon fan game. I don't remember what the game was. I think it was like something for the Pokemon Game Jam where like people make fan games within a time period and then they submit them. And like the best one wins a prize or something. I don't really know exactly how it works. I don't remember. But I was playing a game and all of a sudden there's like 200 people in my chat. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And they all are saying, A Drive raid. I was like, whoa, A Drive just raided me. And then I checked Twitter, and A Drive raided me. Galactic Elliot is in my chat, and I'm like in 8th grade. I might even have a clip somewhere. I went back to his stream that day to watch the end of it to see like what he said when he went to my stream, and it was very surreal. But the issue is I had never had like chat interactions before, and um yeah, I think you can kind of see where it's going, but like I have all these kids in my chat, like 200 people, and some of them are very chill, but most of them are like, "Can I have mod? Can you do this? Can you do that?" And I'm just listening to all of them. So I modded Galactic Elliot in my chat. So now I have 200 people asking myself, and not only that, but I have them asking Galactic Elliot for a mod in my chat. And looking back, I'm low-key a little embarrassed, but Galactic Elliot, on the video I posted about it a few weeks ago, he actually commented, and it was very cool. He thought it was a funny story when he saw the video, but it was very awkward. I have a clip of it. I'm not gonna pull it up. If you want to see it, you can check out that TikTok. But yeah. So I'm just like, Galactic Elliot's in my chat. He's like, "You probably shouldn't mod random people. This is not gonna go well for you." And he's being very patient, very nice. He's chilling in my stream for a good minute. And A Drive had to go. He ended his stream. He probably wanted to see his wife, or he had something to go do. I didn't expect him to be in my stream, of course, anyway. But it was just a very surreal moment having that many people, and it's one of the most like awkward, but obviously like it was a good lesson, and it's a very funny story to be able to tell now that it's been like 8 years probably. I want to say 8 years ago. But obviously no hard feelings to A Drive. I don't think he knew that I wasn't prepared to handle, because A Drive, like every stream, he'd have at least 1, 2, maybe 3,000 people watching him shiny hunt, probably 1 to 2,000. And he sent them all to my chat, and I didn't know what to do about it. It was very fun though. I had a great time. It made my day. It made my it still makes me smile ear to ear thinking about it, because it's very nice of him to just rate a fan like that, send your viewership over. So I have nothing but love and respect for A Drive. How are you today, Scar? Welcome to the stream. But back to what I was saying. I'm curious what I'm sure we're gonna get like a side game, like a Pokemon mystery dungeon type beat, or like something that sounded so fun. Yeah, it was a very crazy surreal moment. The video tells it very better. I show like the video on TikTok. I show how the chat was moving. I have like a clip of it. You can see what like Galactic Elliot's reaction to it. It was a very funny moment. I was gonna say something but can't remember. It'll come back to you if it was important. Doing great, trying to catch a wild, shiny Alolan Vulpix. Best of luck. I love when you guys come in the chat and shiny hunt with me. It's always a good time. It's always a good time. Alright, I don't have TikTok. If you want, I can post the link to the video in chat, and you can open it on like your browser. You don't have to download the app, but if not, it's obviously no big deal. If anyone wants to see it, I can do that. But it's not a big deal. It basically, the video tells you everything I just told you. Maybe like with a little more detail, but I'm I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna promise, but there's like a good 80-90% chance that I will be live in the morning for the Pokemon Presents. I don't know. I can't. I'm not gonna say with 100%, but I'm pretty certain. I'm gonna try to wake up in time.
Things we've all done, but won't admit. If you don't put more than 5 fingers down.
Anyway. Let's see. Here we go. If anyone's interested, there's the link to the video. But yeah, I opened TikTok on the computer, and that was the first thing that popped up. Alright, this one's the shiny. Alright, I lied to you. I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to lie. One of the biggest things, let me talk about it, because I actually watched a video. I don't remember who the YouTuber is that did it. If I remember, I'll be sure to give credit, but they did a really good video on why Pokemon Black and White remakes are pretty scary to think about. At least if you're a Unova fan, which I am, and a lot of people have grown to be one. I know Unova was definitely had a lot of hate around it. Gen 5 did for a long time, but I think people are kind of coming around. But they did a video about it. They basically described everything in Gen 5 that made it feel the way it feels, and how if they just ported it to a 3D space, kind of like Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, even if they did like Scarlet and Violet style graphics or like Sword and Shield graphics, it wouldn't feel the same. This art style on my screen right now is so unique to these games. And obviously they can't just like rip these. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if they ripped it and just put it on the Switch. I would pay $60. I won't even lie to you. I would. But there's just like, it's very, they'd have to do everything right, because when I play Gen 5, for me at least, I can feel like the amount of care that the team and developers put into these games. You know what I mean? So it needs to be treated very carefully when they remake these games. And if it's not executed well, it's gonna be, I don't want to say a letdown, but it's not gonna be, I don't think it'll be any better than the originals. It's gonna be very hard to beat the originals. But there was a whole video that explained from like how the game had the seasons, to the little particle effects, to the animations, to the art style, to the story, to like small details, like where you go into a Cumula town and there's a nice little melody playing, and then you go into the house and you can talk to this guy with a guitar, and then it adds some strings to the song, and then you can talk to a person with a piano, and there's like different locations in the game where it does that. There's really small details in these games that just, they haven't done anything like it since. And if like they did a remake and they didn't have those things, or it wasn't executed in the same way, it could make or break the game for a lot of people. I feel like myself included. So I really want to be able to play. Yeah, no BDSP, and the BDSP stuff kind of grew on me. I won't lie, but they cannot do that for a Black and White remake. They can't. It will be, I don't know if I'd be able to play through the game. It would make me so sad if tomorrow that's on stream. If I'm streaming and they play like a BDSP version of Black and White, I will end my stream and cry and go back to sleep. I don't want to see it. That's like my number one fear ever since BDSP came out. Like, at the bare minimum, I will accept a Let's Go art style. Speaking of Let's Go, I actually won't be too upset with a Let's Go Johto game. I wouldn't. Obviously it's not my number one hope. I'd rather get like a Legends Johto, like Legends Celebi, or like an actual Johto remake that's not Let's Go. I would rather have that, but like I won't be mad at a Let's Go game. I don't know. Maybe I'm actually saying like controversial opinions, but this is how I feel. These are my hopes and predictions. Obviously I saw a leak today. It was from Centro. Obviously not the most reliable source in the community, but he said that he had a source from like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, that they had outsourced a remake to another company for Unova games, which, you know, they outsourced Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. They did that. They outsourced those to ILCA or Ilka. I mean, it just depends how it's executed. That's all it is. It's the execution. At the end of the day, any Pokemon game can be make or break because of how it was executed. I played the game, but I only stopped playing BDSP after beating the champions, and I was done. I would rather play Sword and Shield. Yeah, I did the same thing. I actually, when Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl came out, and this kind of pains me to say, as someone who stands the Sinnoh region, someone who like I grew up with it. It's been my top for a long time, and I did not beat the game when it came out. I didn't beat it until almost like a year later when I did a hardcore Nuzlocke live on stream, and I actually don't think I beat it. I think I got to Cynthia and lost the battle, but I live streamed a Brilliant Diamond hardcore Nuzlocke, and I think I lost Cynthia. So I don't know if I've ever beaten BDSP before. I actually will be streaming them again at some point. I need to reclaim my my name on that hardcore Nuzlocke. So at some point when I'm done the Goomy run and obviously this Black 2 challenge, at some point down the road, I'm gonna do something with BDSP. Is this Mifa's song from Breath of the Wild? It is. I'm a genius. Oh, I would love to stream Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but I don't know what kind of viewership I would get. I could play those games. I love those games. I need to beat Tears of the Kingdom still. But like I said, I would not. If they only announce like a side title or two, talk about, you know, because I'm pretty certain they're gonna spend a solid 5-10 minutes talking about like the. My microphone just fell. They're gonna spend a solid 5-10 minutes talking about like the history of Pokemon, you know. Hold on, my microphone keeps falling. My mic stand is very broken at this point in time. I need to get a new one. I will eventually. But phew, what was I saying? Oh, they're gonna spend a lot of time, I think, talking about like the history, you know, other games, you know, little teasers. They'll probably do like a Pokemon Unite update. Something like Pokemon Cafe, like something people really don't care about. I think we're gonna get stuff like that. You know, then a bigger side title, and then they're gonna do their big announcement. And for their big announcement, obviously we could get Unova, we could get Johto, we could get Scarlet Violet DLC, again, which would be a sign that they're waiting to announce the bigger title, which is a very good sign. So obviously, if we have all this hype just for a Scarlet Violet DLC, there's gonna be a lot of disappointed people, and I'll be slightly disappointed, but I'm okay with it. I really am okay with it because it shows that they're putting more time into another project before revealing it and dropping it. And they might even announce that. They might even say, hey, we don't have a big title to announce today, but we are working on something. Like, they've said stuff like that in the past. So, like, it's very possible that that happens as well. There's a lot of different, like, possible outcomes. I played the game, sorry. Honestly, I've been more towards thinking the next game being Johto because the last Johto game was Heart Gold Soul Silver, and that was since Gen 4. Yeah, I have a similar feeling. The community seems pretty split on whether if we get Unova or Johto. And that's why I'm not too mad. I wouldn't be upset with either. Obviously Johto because of that reason. But I prefer Unova. I like Unova a lot more. But I wouldn't be mad at a Johto game. It's been a long time since we've been to Johto. We could get a cool twist on the region. We could get a future version, a past version. So yeah, I agree with you. I love the chibi style for BDSP, but my brother apparently hated it because he didn't even get to the second gym before deciding nope. Yeah, for me, I don't even think it was the chibi style. It might have had an impact, but I didn't mind it too much. It was nice having character customization with, you know, the Diamond and Pearl characters too. That was fun. Like they added some quality of life stuff to Diamond and Pearl. At the end of the day, that's what it was. Honestly, probably made the games a little easier. Not necessarily easier, just less grindy. Because obviously they had the XP share that couldn't be turned off, and I don't know. It was also very weird going back to having a Pokemon game, because obviously it was right after Sword and Shield, so they didn't have the full decks. But like every time there's been a remake, like for example, when Gen 3 Fire Red Leaf Green came out, like in the game files there was still like, you know, the Ruby Sapphire and Gold and Silver Pokemon, you know, and you could trade them and use them. And same with Heart Gold Soul Silver, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Like everything previously was still in the games. But not for Brilliant Diamond and Shiny Pearl. There was only 493 Pokemon in the code, and that's it. And I didn't really like that. It would have been very cool to, like, once you beat the game, have access to, like, to play around Sinnoh with, like, Gen 5, 6, 7, and 8 Pokemon. I personally would have loved to be able to do that. It would have brought a whole new take on Sinnoh for me. And not only that, I could have done so much content with it. I could have done Sinnoh playthrough with only Goomy, which is something I want to do. I've actually, behind the scenes, like last week, been looking for a way to mod Pokemon Platinum or Brilliant Diamond to add Goomy so I can do a solo run for it. It'll be a long time before I do that, but I freaking love the height and weight checks. I wish you could have changed your own height and weight to get in. Yeah, that was a cool feature as well. And then I know they had like the special areas for all of the legendaries. It would have been cool to see the distortion world included in a better way than just like that small room. That small room for Giratina was still kind of cool, but being able to explore the distortion world on the Switch would have been so cool. At least like in a, you know what I mean? I kind of wish it was a Platinum remake, because I think Platinum is just significantly better. What else? I had something else I wanted to talk about. For the Pokemon Presents tomorrow. What was it? Ooh. I forgot. It'll come back to me. We have a lot of time to talk about it and think about it, so I'm not too worried. But if anyone here hasn't liked the stream yet, I greatly appreciate it. It helps me out, helps more people find the stream, and you know, it's just a good time. I appreciate it. Thank you. If you haven't, only if you like it though. If you haven't, if you're not liking it, don't hit the like button. But tell me why. Tell me what I can do better. I'd be so happy if they release another Legends game. Yeah, I would be as well. I actually have another confession. I kind of just realized it's easier to just say it this way. I have not completed, and this is gonna sound bad. I've not completed a Pokemon game since Sword and Shield. I haven't, and it kind of makes me sad. But so I have them all. Like I have Legends Arceus. I got pretty far into it. I have Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. I have Scarlet and Violet, but I haven't completed them. If they announce, no matter what they announce, before it comes out, I'm gonna complete everything that's out up to this point, except maybe Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. I'll do that for content later, but I would not be mad at a Legends game at all. Like it felt like such a big step in the right direction for the Pokemon franchise. Like it even got people who hadn't played Pokemon games in years to check it out, which was very cool. I mean, it's partially probably because, you know, everyone has a Switch. Everyone has a Switch. It's one of the best-selling consoles of all time. So people are like, all right, I need a game for my Switch. Oh, new Pokemon just dropped. This one looks good. I also do have a feeling that whatever comes out of this Pokemon Presents, it's gonna be the last thing we get on the Nintendo Switch. I think I have because the Switch has been out now. This year is year 7, I believe. Yeah, it came out in 2017, which is when I got mine. I think Nintendo's ready to drop something else, or just at least a more powerful, you know, console. It'll probably be similar to the Switch in a way. But I think we're gonna see in like the next 2-3 years, Pokemon will be done on the Switch, which is crazy. Because like to me, the Switch still feels very new. It feels very new. That's why I sold my PS4 for a Switch in Violet. I mean, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. I thought I just reset over a shiny for a second. I almost freaked out. I gotta drag this over here real quick. There we go. If we do get a Legends game, though, that's also the question. Is it going to be Legends Johto? Or is it going to be Legends Unova? Or even Kalos? Because I'm okay with any of them. I think for me, for a Legends game, out of those three choices, I would like to see a Legends Johto the least. Just because Gen 5 and 6, like Unova and Kalos, are very deep in lore, and there's so much we still don't know about, especially with Kalos. Kalos almost got no time to shine. I don't think we're gonna get a Kalos game this year, but like seeing like, because there was the great Pokemon War talked about in Pokemon X and Y. If we could like see that happening, like, or it's going on in the background, or maybe we even fight in it in some way, but like we learn everything that happened. Like we see AZ, we see the Floette, we see, you know, Xerneas and Yveltal. Would be very cool to see like the Pokemon War unfold in a Pokemon game like that. Legends Unova as well. You know, we have the original dragon that we still know almost nothing about, which is like we'd see Hurum, Zekrom, and Reshiram all fused together as one. Like it's talked about, it's hinted at. We could see like Getsis's and N's ancestors, Colress in some form. We could even see modern Colress somehow find a way to time travel. I wouldn't put it past him. Like he somehow ended up in Ultra Sun and Moon in a different timeline. Could you imagine seeing like modern Colress in like a historic Unova game? That could be fire. I don't know. It's gonna have to be Unova. They have to show the original dragon. Yes, I think I'd like to see Legends Unova the most, but Legends Kalos would also go really hard. I would not be mad. I don't think we're gonna see that for a long time. And there's also just the chance that like Game Freak is just lame, and they didn't plan on making the Legends games a series. It was a one-off thing for Legends Arceus. I hope that's not the case, obviously, but I don't think it's the case either. Like, it sold so well that they'd probably do it. We'd see more Zygarde stuff as well for Kalos. I love how Zygarde would be more involved. Exactly, you took the words out of my mouth. Kalos is severely underrated. I agree, Frank. I would not be mad at all. Um, 'Cause there's so much stuff they can explain. Um, I mean, we'll hopefully have our answers in the next. We'll have our answers in like 15 hours. You know, it's gonna be live at 9 a.m. It's already 6. Yeah, Zygarde also. I think Zygarde got shafted. Like, yeah, they tried to give it a little redemption with Alola, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I I'd like to see a full Zygarde story, like Legends of Zygarde. Could even just be the game. Um, Maybe Zygarde is somehow tied into the Great Pokemon War from X and Y. ah, there's so much potential, man. There's so much potential. Um, it's so fun to talk about this too. I love being able to. They need to buff the gym leaders in Kalos, except for Grant. Grant is strong enough. I'm kidding. Only when you have just a Goomy is Grant very difficult. Um, and you underlevel yourself on purpose. But that's besides the point. Um, yeah, like Viola is very easy. Even Karina, um, Valerie, you can beat with any poison type. Like I think I've beaten Valerie with a single Tentacruel before. Olympia can be difficult. I'll give Olympia some credit. Um, Wolfric is pretty frail, but if you don't have the right team, he can be difficult. But he's not usually an issue as long as you have a fire type or a fighting type on your team. But no, I would be. I don't think we're gonna get anything Kalos or Alola related. I think the most likely is obviously Johto or Unova. I wouldn't be mad though if they just like completely tried to like distract us, like throw us off guard and reveal something that nobody was predicting. Somehow none of it got leaked, or it was leaked, but it was one of the ones where it's like no one believed it. Because why would they drop a Kalos game this year? Why would they do that? No one's expecting it. Because I mean, Gen 10 I think is out of the question. If they do something with Gen 10, it's gonna be very hard to be excited for me. I don't want. If I see Gen 10, I'm gonna be really disappointed. I don't want to see Gen 10 for like. I don't want to see Gen 10 till at least like 2026. I really don't want to see it. Not because like I'm not excited to see more new Pokemon, a new region, a new story, new music, all this stuff. But I want them to take their time with it. It needs to be so good. We haven't had a generation that I've loved really since Gen 5. And I really do. I like Gen 6 and 7, but I haven't really loved a Pokemon game since then. I've had a lot of fun, and I've maxed out the play clock on tons of games, but I want them to just put all of their passion into one project. Ben 10 and Gen 10? No, no, no. No, no, no. I don't want to see that. I'm just kidding. I don't know much about Ben 10. I'm just being a hater. I'm not a hater. I don't know anything about it, that's all. Obviously, you're just being silly, but we've been live for 49 minutes. I got 80 resets in already, so we're not doing bad. I'm kind of taking my time. I'm really focusing on the stream because talking and shiny hunting, like I don't want to accidentally reset over a shiny, but I'm also really trying to like get my thoughts and predictions and hopes. I'm thinking of stuff as we go, so excuse me, but I don't know. Speculating like Pokemon hype season, leak season, rumor season. It's one of the most exciting times to be in the Pokemon community. because you see so many different things and you don't know what to believe. You don't know like if it's someone just saying something for clout. You don't know if they are actually like have a credible source. And it's also fun to just come up with your own ideas, which is kind of what I've been doing. It's so funny that they make a Pokemon. They could do maybe like a Ben 10 alien Pokemon, like inspired Pokemon. I mean, I doubt honestly they would even think of that, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. It's not. The 10,000th Pokemon Unite update. Yeah, that is one of the predictions I said earlier. I think we're gonna get a Pokemon Unite update. I think we're gonna get like a small game, like a Pokemon like Cafe Mix. Like they might update that, or they'll give us something similar to it. We'll get like an app. We'll talk about Pokemon Sleep or Pokemon Go. Um, we might get like a free to play game announced that is playable tomorrow, or like a demo of something. Um, what was that one game that they did? It was like the Cube Pokemon. It wasn't that long ago. It was just a couple years. It was on the Switch, and I think you could play it on phones too. But it had like like all the Pokemon were cubes. Do you guys remember what I'm talking about? What was that game called? Pokemon Quest. I think that's what it was. That game, that game was fun to play for a little bit. I played a little bit of Pokemon Quest. This one is really out there. What I really, really would like to see Pokemon Ranger come back, whether it's a remake or a new title. I'd love to see Pokemon Ranger come back. It's very underrated. Pokemon Conquest as well. I haven't played Conquest since it came out, but I did beat it, and I remember thoroughly enjoying that game as well. Like not. All right. Pardon me. Yeah, my mic stand is like I said, pretty messed up. So it falls off. My microphone falls off of it and just like unplugs every once in a while. So sorry about that. But we're back for now until it happens again. But yeah, Pokemon Conquest. Not only like it was fun, had some good music in it. What other Pokemon like I also would be I think it's possible that they announce Game Boy stuff for Nintendo Switch Online with like Pokemon titles on it. Um I mean, I would rather it not be locked to Nintendo Switch Online, but I wouldn't be mad. It would give me a way to play a lot of the older games again that I don't have access to. Yes, XD remake. Oh my gosh, that would be cool. I've never played the original, but I've seen gameplay of it. But I don't know much about it. That'd be a fun playthrough to do as well at some point. Um, yeah, if they brought that back, a remake of it. I know people have been asking for it for a long time. Like people asked for a Pokemon Snap remake for years, and they finally did that. People have been asking for an XD remake for just as long. So like, it's possible. It's very possible. I'm also just curious though, like, are we at the point where they're not gonna release anything for the Switch because they're holding off for the next console? The idea of snagging shadow Pokemon from trainers is nuts to me. Yeah, I don't know much about it, but I think was that a thing? Like you could catch people's Pokemon if they were shadow Pokemon? Is that how it worked? I think that's how it worked. But like also, like we haven't seen Shadow Lugia in Pokemon since then either. If they brought back like Shadow Lugia, gave us a Shadow Ho-Oh even, that would be so cool. Man, I really want to get this Tepig. I want to start this challenge. I've just had this feeling since I started this hunt that this is going to be one of the longer hunts I've done. I don't know what it is. I just have this itch. This little feeling, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, but we are almost at 1,100 resets though. We're like an eighth of the way to the odds. No shiny, no shiny. All good. I'm getting a little hungry. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh, my cat's asleep. He's so cute. I just got a new chair over there and she loves it. Up until I went live, she was so hyper. I had to keep stopping. I was making my thumbnail. I was setting the stream up and I kept having to play with her. And it was so cute. And I started streaming and she ran out of energy just in time for me to go live. I don't know what this song is or what game it's from, but I'm about to check. It doesn't say, but it's by Glitch X City and it's called 30 More Days. I don't know if it's an original piece or if she did a remix of something, but either way, she did a great job on this song. I'm vibing. This one's shiny, ready? That would be crazy. What are the times is when I say it, it's gonna be the shiny? If I say it every time, then that would definitely be the case, but that's no fun. It'd be cool to see. I think we could potentially see like Pokemon trading card game online brought to the Switch. I don't know how many people would play it. I probably wouldn't play it to be honest, but I saw somebody say that. That's not a bad guess, bad prediction. I think that card is on the table. Pun not intended. I'd love to see a game that brings back Shadow Pokemon though. That's such a good idea. We don't really see anything. The closest thing we've had to Shadow Pokemon since then is probably Pokemon Go, with like the Shadow Rocket Raids or whatever. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong, but we haven't seen Shadow Pokemon other than Pokemon Go, and that kind of just doesn't count. But it is cool that they're in Pokemon Go. It is cool that they brought them. I'd like to see something bring back Shadow Pokemon. Um, if we do get Johto games, do you guys think we get? And I'd be kind of shocked if we don't. But do you think we're gonna get new forms of Ho-Oh and Lugia? And if we do, what would they be? Like, oh, I'm thinking now, like a. I don't want to say primal because that's not the word, but like a primal Lugia, primal Ho-Oh. I think obviously like Shadow Lugia and Shadow Ho-Oh like are very possible. Since they kind of are already in the universe, at least with Lugia, so they have something to work with. Um, but like the origin Dialga and Palkia, so cool. Obviously, we have Primal Groudon, Primal Kyogre, we have Mega Rayquaza. It's like every time there's a remake now, we get like a revamped version of the box legendaries. I wouldn't be mad at that either. Like I'd like to see like a new version of Ho-Oh and Lugia, but I'm just wondering what they could do with them to make them like different. Because they're very cool. They're kind of simple legendaries, but they're fan favorites. They're some of my favorites. They're very cool. Because it's pretty fair to say that if we get Unova remakes, we know we're gonna see something with like the original dragon or like a new form of Zekrom and Reshiram. But I don't know for sure if we would get something for Ho-Oh and Lugia. Maybe I have a feeling we would just because they've done it for years now. Like it'd be kind of crazy if they didn't. But it's harder to predict what they would do with it for Johto as opposed to Unova. Do you have a personal thought on the next Legends game? Let's hear it. I'm actually very interested to hear this. That's what this stream is. We're here to discuss new Pokemon stuff while I shiny hunt. That's what I'm here to do. I'd love to discuss. Hear what people have to say, people's thoughts, predictions, hopes, ideas. So I'm actually very interested to what you're about to say, Scar. One 1,111 resets. Is this the one? Is this the one? 1111, and surely it's the one. Let's go. This is it. I'm actually feeling it. This is the most I've felt it in a while. Oh, pause, first of all. Second of all, it was not a shiny. That was just salt on the wound of how bad that joke was. Bum, bum. Ignore that. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, first of all, Scar, would it be a Unova game? I think it. If we get Legends, I think Unova is the most likely. Dude, I'm about to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I'm reading chat off my phone right now. And every time I get a notification, it falls over. What is this song? Welcome to Paldea. Oh, this is the music that played in the trailer of Scarlet and Violet. I used this in so many videos. Another thing. Actually, I'd like to read the message first. My idea was you play as a protagonist and live in the Legends time, not sent back. But in this story, your parents forbid you to set your journey because it's dangerous. So obviously, I don't think you're done typing because you ended with a hyphen. But right off the bat, that's very interesting. Yeah, in the Legends game, I wonder if in all of them you're gonna start going back in time. I don't think so because like maybe with Celebi, but like that was Arceus' doing. Like I don't think if we get Legends Unova, like I don't think Kyurem is gonna send us back in time. I don't think it has the ability to do that. So I think they would take a different route. You could be, but also at the same time we do have people who can send you back in time in Unova. Like Colress has been able to travel across timelines and stuff before. So it is possible we play as like somehow like we go back in time because of Colress. I don't know. So yeah, you're right. Made it to a stream. What is up, Epic Ree? Welcome to the stream. We're discussing our predictions, hopes, thoughts for the Pokemon Direct. Right now, Scar is giving me some an idea for what they think the next story could be for a Legends game. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. And I'm just kind of bouncing what I think off of what you say. I'm not shutting your idea down by any means, Scar. I like it. You actually live in the Legends time. I like that a lot. Because I don't think any like Kyurem, for example, is able to send you back in time. The only person or the only Pokemon other than like Arceus that could maybe do that would be Celebi. So if we get a Celebi game, maybe. You need the Johto remake. I respect it. I respect it. I'm not upset with either. I'm not upset with either. I'd rather see Unova, but like somebody said earlier, we haven't gotten a Johto game since like 2009 or 10 or I think like 2009. So we are due for some Johto. I do like the idea of living in the Legends timeline, though. But if we do get Legend, like I now that I thought of this, like I really want to see it. If we get a Legends Unova game, I want to see Colress somehow involved. The protagonist makes a runaway from home, and you get one Pokeball or a few, and a very little food in your bag, making this emotional and rough start, but pointing out to follow where your heart takes you. That would be a great... I like that. It's almost like what happened to Bianca in the start of Black and White. She had a journey to go on. She wanted to, and her dad was like, no, you're not doing this. And she ended it anyway. And then she ended up becoming like a professor's apprentice, and probably eventually the professor herself. Like she did what she wanted to do. So that's very possible. But yeah, I think it'd be very interesting to see, like, in the Legends Unova game, like, if... I know I said it, but, like, I really want to think about how it could happen, because, like, in Ultra Sun, we saw Colress, but it wasn't the same Colress from Black and White 2. Like, it was Colress, but it was a different timeline. And he was in Alola, and I can't remember exactly what he did or how he got there, but he used some form of technology to get there. And he ended up being kind of involved with, I think, the Rainbow Rocket stuff. At least with the Getsis part of it, if I remember. It'd be very cool to see, like, everyone back in time. Like, there's, like, this big, like, some sort of storyline with the original dragon comes back. Maybe Colress gets sent back by Getsis in another timeline to investigate. Or that could even be the story of Black and White 3, because there's been, like, obviously, Black and White 3, I would be so happy if they announced a Black and White 3. But there have been, I'm not the only person that's said Black and White 3 is possible. I don't know if they'll do it. I kind of doubt it. But I will be so, like, that might be my #1 pick, is if we get more Black and White, like, sequels. Like, in that game, you get sent back in time with Colress or something. Colress is a very interesting, underrated character. Scar, I like that idea a lot for a Legends game. Of course, if anyone here hasn't liked the stream yet, I would greatly appreciate it if you're liking the stream. If you're not, don't like the stream, let me know why you're not liking it, what I can do better to improve the stream, the quality, entertain you better. But it helps me out, helps the channel out. His battle theme slaps, Frank. It's so underrated. I remember the first time I heard it. I think I just put my DS down. Or I'm holding it, but I didn't want to end the battle. The only Pokemon I think of taking you back in time is Celebi. Yeah, like other than Arceus, because obviously Arceus kind of did that. Like Celebi, I think is the only other one that could do something. So I think for a game, like if we do Legends Kalos or Legends Unova, it's very possible that we start in that timeline. Like we are a character from that timeline, and we're like a descendant. You know what I mean? I'm gonna fix my camera real quick, so please, don't mind the empty box in the corner. Man, talking about this now makes me really need a Legends Unova game. I really want a Legends Unova game now. I remember playing Black with the DS on full volume with the low HP music because I loved it, but my mom told me to turn it down. Man, Black and White and Black and White 2 was such a fun time in my life. I remember Pokemon Black was the first Pokemon game that I pre-ordered and like went to pick up on launch day. All the other times I had to like I saved my money up and everything for Black and White. But all the other times like I had to wait till my birthday or Christmas or like and I didn't follow enough to know like, oh, this game's coming out on this day. Let me like I didn't really comprehend that. So like I remember it was a snow day when Black and White came out. And we had like a foot of snow outside by the end of the day, and me and my sister just played through the game sitting on the couch together, home alone, looking out the window because my parents were snowed in at work. So it was just us at home playing Pokemon Black and White all day. And it was super cool. And then for Black and White 2, it came out when like we were doing the outdoor school thing that people do in like 4th grade, where like they take you to like the woods and you stay in a cabin with your classmates for a week. And I had really bad allergies and stuff, and my mom didn't really want me to go, but I really wanted to, and I was going to go. And you know, my sibling went with me, or ended up going, but I ended up getting like the flu that week. But Pokemon Black 2 dropped that week, and I just didn't go to school the whole week, and like laid in bed playing Pokemon Black 2 the whole week. And I remember when the Colress theme started playing, and I was in the Team Plasma, what's it called, the brigade or the big ship that they have. I remember that so vividly. I remember you showing me how to do the mystery gift for Black and White. Yup. Literally same. Yep. Frank, you get it. You get it. But man, if they do if they don't utilize Colress, like the actual Colress, somehow when they do a Legends Unova game, like I have a feeling they will at least give him a descendant. But I would like to see the real Colress in that time period. It's so interesting. I think they could do something crazy. They gotta hire me. They need to get me in their story room. I could cook some crazy stuff up for them. And once again, I don't like to be the beggar, but if you guys could hit the like button if you haven't yet, it helps me so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And subscribe if you want to. Of course, it's free, and it helps. No pressure, no pressure. So this is the first time. Meanwhile, out alone on your journey, as the sun slowly sets, you make an unfortunate encounter with a big Pokemon like Ursaring. With fear, you make... Oh, you're writing the game for them, Scar. You're doing it for them. Junichi Masuda, whoever directs the games these days, come to my chat. You will have all the ideas you need for free. We just want our... For free. Come on. Fans write the craziest, some of the best lore and stuff that just we'll never get to see. Man, I'm so hyped. I'm so glad I'm doing this stream. It's got me so excited. The fans know, we know what we want. Sometimes we get better than what we expect and what we want, but a lot of the times we don't. And it's okay, like, I get it, but that's what fake Imana, yeah, it is. Like, that's why we have the fan games. That's why we have ROM hacks. That's why we have all that. Because obviously, like, they know what works. At the end of the day, they're a company, they're a business. They want to make money, which is kind of sad. Sometimes it really feels like they put that stuff ahead of the games, but sometimes it doesn't. But when they're dropping like 2-3 games in a year, that's where I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't know about this one, guys. Like I said, if they could just announce nothing and I would be happy, because it would show that they're working on something behind the scenes that they're not ready to announce yet. But obviously, like, they're doing a present stream, but they do it for every Pokemon day, and they could announce side projects. And like, there have been times where companies, and I think Game Freak and Pokemon have done it before as well, where they're like, hey, we can't tell you what it is, but we are working on something, please be patient. If they say that, that is the best possible thing that can come out of this Pokemon Presents. It's the best possible scenario. Like, I know people, there will be a lot of upset fans. Oh, why are they so lazy? Why aren't they dropping a game this year? And like, but we're gonna get something. We're gonna get side games. But if they say we're working on a mainline game, we're not ready yet, it'll come eventually, stay tuned for more information, that's what I want to hear, because it shows that they are still cooking, they're giving it time to finish, to do what they really want to do without the deadlines. But like, so many game companies and games and franchises at Nintendo have gotten that chance. Like Super Mario Wonder. You know how long it had been since we got a 2D Mario platformer? Like, we got Super Mario Brothers U like in like 2013 or something, and then we got a remaster on the Switch, but it was like the same game, just ported. They gave Super Mario Bros. Wonder all the development time that they wanted, so they could put out the best game that they wanted to put out. They did, I think they do that for Zelda. Zelda gets delayed all the time. Tears of the Kingdom took like 6 years to come out, 5 years to come out. Breath of the Wild was in development for 5 or 6 years. It got delayed like 4 times. It was initially supposed to drop in like 2015, and it came out in like 2014, 2015, and it came out in like 2017 with the Nintendo Switch. But Pokemon doesn't get that. They don't get that love and attention because it prints money for Nintendo, and if they don't get a new game every year, then they don't have new merchandise to put out. But they do. That's the thing. I from a business move, I understand, but please give them one chance to just show what they can really do with all of the time that they want. One chance, and they will not be disappointed. It will be probably the best selling Pokemon game ever, and it could be the best Pokemon game if they just had that chance to put in the love and care and time to have a fully cooked game. I saw a tweet earlier. I was like, what is the most unrealistic expectation for Pokemon Presents tomorrow, but like you would really like to see? And like, I saw a quote tweet and it had so many likes, and all it said was a finished optimized game or something like that. And that is so real, because these Pokemon games are coming out half baked, and it's so sad to see as a Pokemon fan. Like, I know I sound angry. I'm not angry. I'm just very passionate. I'm really trying to get this point across. And I know you guys as Pokemon fans know what I'm saying. But they're half-baked. They're buggy on launch. Like, I think even, like, I could be wrong here, but, like, a crazy example is, like, Sword and Shield. And I know Sword and Shield got a lot of hate for, like, the graphics or, like, the trees looking bad. I didn't really give a crap about that. But, like, there was the shiny Pokemon, and they had shinies with the sparkles, and then if you remember, there was a different type of shiny where they had the squares instead of sparkles, and one of them was supposed to be significantly rarer than the other. But there was, I think, a bug in the code that made them like flip-flopped, or they were the same, or something was wrong with it. So it ended up being utterly useless, and it devalued all the shinies. Like, it's just small things like that wouldn't happen if they weren't rushed to have these games out. And there's been game-breaking bugs put out into Pokemon, like in Sun and Moon. I don't know if you guys remember. I think like this one was more like it happened to people who cheated. I think is what ended up being the case. But if you like cheated your save file somehow, if you saved in a Pokemon Center, it like bugged and soft locked your game, and it like broke your game, and you have to start over. Like, it's so like not only are the games like kind of, I don't want to say mid, but underwhelming, they're also buggy. And if they had the time to fully optimize the games, it would be so good. I hope they do that announcement tomorrow, that, you know, we get a side game or two, but the mainline games are pushed back. That's optimal. And at the very least, I think they would, if they don't say that, they would announce another Scarlet Violet DLC or something to hold us over. And I know there would be people mad at that, like, oh, we want a new game. Don't. Please don't. Just listen to me, Game Freak. Listen to me, please. So Big Fear makes you run away, but it slowly makes a way catching up to you until you trip, giving the Ursaring perfect time to strike. But it got struck from some Pokemon, making a heroic appearance. Maybe it's like your starter or a legendary or something. That'd be cool. Hi, it's Astrid. What's up, Astrid? How are you today? I hope you're well. I hope you're well. A trio of first stage evolution, fire, starter, and water, tagging against the raising as you witness a scene to Ursaring gives up, and then you pick your starter. I also saw a leak. Obviously, it's I'm gonna say rumor over leak for the most part, because most of the Pokemon leaks are usually fake. And people are like, oh yeah, I have this credible source, but most of the time I feel like it ends up not being true. So I'm gonna say rumor, but it was like that there is a Legends game in development, and the starters are like a different version. I think it was like Chespin, Piplup, and Torchic or something. I don't remember what it was. But there was 3 starters. I know Chespin was one of them, and I think Torchic was another one of them. It'd be cool, especially for Chespin. I hate Chestnut. I hate Chestnut. I hate Quilladin. I hate them. So if they got some form of redemption with a new form, that'd be great. It would make me like them a lot more, hopefully. Why are you sad, Astrid? Don't be sad. Leaving you with a trio, who then each of them wishes to tag along, and that's where you pick your starter. You're writing the game for them. You're literally doing it for them, Scar. How much are they paying you? Be honest. You're literally doing the hard work for them. Mm. Man, I just came up with it. Literally made up the Earthswing situation. Started. It works. It works. I'm telling you, Scar. I'd be proud of that too. It's fire. Liquid flow CDS. You're happy now. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're happy. Look at these strings. I'm bumping to this. We've had some great discussions so far. It's made me more hyped than probably ever for a Pokemon announcement. I think regardless of what they announce, I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be honest, and I think we all know as Pokemon fans at this point, the vast majority of us are gonna play whatever they put out. It hurts to say that. It does. But like, you go play Five Nights at Freddy's. Alright. Don't get too scared. I love you too. Excuse me. Alright, real quick, guys. I'm going to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. One moment. My microphone did its classic blunder again. Come on. Hello? Alright. I'm going to the bathroom now. Scar, you have more ideas? I'm excited to hear them, but give me 1 second, everybody. I have got to pee. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry for ditching you guys, but you gotta go if you gotta go. Make sure... Alright, everything's good. Put that there, though. Alright, sweet. But Scar, I'm excited to hear. I'd like to hear more of your ideas. Anyone who has any ideas, I'm very curious. It doesn't have to be Legends. It could be any predictions, any Pokemon, even in general. I gotta mute that, though, for my chat. There we go. Bum, 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 bum. Sword and Shield had underrated music too. Bum 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 ba da bum. All right, but if I wasn't shiny hunting, because I need to get the shiny, I would like pull up like my favorite leaks that I've seen. We might do that tomorrow morning before the Pokemon presents, but I would pull up like, you know, ideas. I'd make like a little tier list. I'd make a chart with my hopes, my predictions, what I think will happen. I would do it all. Maybe if we get the shiny at a decent time, if we get it today, if we get it in the next hour, I will do that. Probably. Because I'd love to talk about it. I could talk about this all day. I'm so excited for this Pokemon Presents tomorrow. It's gonna be so good. So the idea for representing earning gym badges for beating someone, instead you go across the region, meeting multiple villagers, and gets trouble situations where the village gets raided. Oh, and by stopping the raid, or whatever it would be called, you get a badge that helps you progress in the game. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. Sorry, I'm vibing up here. If you guys look at my face cam ever, I'm probably dancing like 90% of the time. Bum 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 bum. I'm thinking either rated by herd to Pokemon with an alpha leader or selfish. Do you think they'd bring back alpha Pokemon? Or do you think they'd do something different? I'll be late with the announcement. I got work. Unfortunate. I don't work tomorrow. I have school tomorrow, but not at that time. My drawing is complete just in time for dinner. See you. Have a great day, Gooby. Frank, thank you for spending your time here. I'm glad you finished your drawing, and have a great meal. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for hearing me out. Thank you for giving me your ideas, and have a great night. You think they'd keep alphas? I was just curious if it was something that you think would be like left in Hisui, or if it would be like everywhere. Because it depends on the time period. Because like if they do another Legends game, it wouldn't probably exactly be the exact same time period as Legends Arceus. Like for example, if they do Legends Kalos with the Great Pokemon War, like that's like 3,000 years ago. I don't think Legends Arceus in Hisui takes place 3,000 years ago. So it could be like maybe alphas, like even if they do exist at the same period, like in other areas at the same time as Hisui, they might not exist at the same time in another Legends game, if that makes sense. Like they might have like an equivalent. Yeah, exactly. But they, I don't know if they would do alphas again. I mean, they'd have something like it or similar, but I would be shocked if they didn't. Oh, this song's back on. I reset. Oh my god, if that was a shiny, I'm never gonna know. I'm never gonna know if that was a shiny. I hit the wrong button. Could you imagine if that was a shiny? I have a feeling that was a shiny. We'll never know. I'm mostly pointing this out as a Legends Johto. I think the evil group would be like what started Team Rocket. Okay, so it'd be like a Giovanni descendant or something along those lines. Like, I also am curious to hear what you guys have to say here. Obviously, games like Unova, Kalos, and Johto have pretty good potential for a Legends game. But do you think they'd ever do a Kanto Legends game? I don't think there's enough known about Kanto without them like having to straight up add to it. Like, the closest thing I could think of is like Mewtwo's creation, but like we've seen all of that in movies and in the anime, and it really isn't like super historic. Like, that was in like pretty sure like Giovanni's lifetime. Like, what could they do with a Kanto Legends game? I don't know. Like, they'd probably have to at some point introduce a new Kanto quote unquote Pokemon. Just to make like Kanto lore deeper. I don't know. I just think Kanto has gotten enough attention despite it being like, I agree. Like, I don't want a Kanto Legends game or really anything Kanto related for a while, unless it's like a post game in a Johto remake. That'd be fine with me. But yeah, anything Kanto related, I'm kind of just at this point. But if we get like a Kanto Legends game, what do we have any ideas for what it could even be about? Like, for Johto, we have Legends Celebi. For Unova, we have like Legends Kirim or the original Dragon. For Kalos, we have like something with AZ or Zygarde. Yeah, Alex, that would be cool. I've thought of that a few times growing up as well, where like once you become the champion, like you could be doing something, but now you're like on call essentially to like defend your title from challengers. It'd be a cool mechanic to see in a game. I mean, I see how it could kind of be annoying and like from a gameplay perspective why they wouldn't include something like that, but it would also be pretty cool. Or like at the very least you can turn it on or off, or like open and close the league. And if it's open or you have it on, like people can challenge you. But then also that would open a whole new can of worms. Like, what would then happen in the game if you lose a champion battle? Because I imagine every time somebody comes to challenge you, it would be rather tough. Like, if there's a trainer that's able to get through the Elite Four and has all 8 badges, they're pretty tough. Like, would you just white out and then act like it didn't happen, or would there be like? It'd probably be like any loss. You just can't progress till you win. Yeah, and that's the thing. I think that might just be why it doesn't exist. Like, you'd have to get some kind of reward for winning, but like, what would they reward you for winning that champion battle when you're the champion? It's a cool idea, but it just has some like plot holes in my opinion. Like, because from a gameplay perspective, right? Let's say you're doing something, or you're shiny hunting and you have a chain, and then all of a sudden, oh, you're called to the Pokemon League. You got to fight this guy, and then you win. You don't really get anything other than defending your title and some money, maybe. And if you lose, you just lost, like, for example, your chain, or like all this stuff from a random interruption that you probably have no control over. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that would actually annoy me. Like, in concept, it's cool, but unless you can, like, turn it on or off or something, I think I would get annoyed by it. That'd be very cool, Scar. Especially because, like, Johto is the time where shinies were introduced. It'd be a pretty cool, yes, exactly, that's what I'm saying. You took the words right out of my mouth. It'd be a pretty cool, like, homage to Gen 2 and shinies. It'd be very cool to, like, just, like, see trainers have, like, random, like, every once in a while find a trainer with a shiny. I already almost have to pee again. I've had a lot to drink. I'm gonna hold it a little bit longer. Another thing too is, like, obviously we're not gonna see Gen 10 yet, but when we do, or when we get something new, I need a good evil team. Obviously, I haven't beaten Scarlet and Violet like I've said, but I've heard Team Star is kind of lame. Team Yell, I didn't really like. Team Flare, they're kind of Lysander's okay, but like I didn't really like Team Flare that much. Team Skull, like Team Yell, all that, like, they don't feel evil. They're just like public nuisances. You know what I mean? Like Team Galactic, Team Plasma, Team Rocket, even. Like, Team Rocket steals Pokemon. They're like a gang. Team Galactic, like, they're trying to, like, take over the world. Team Flare, I mean, even Team Flare, they are trying to exterminate everybody who's not one of them. obviously there's some pretty big plot holes there. Like, how would that make the world better, you know? But Team Plasma, you know, they have their like Getsus tries to literally kill you. He brainwashed a child. Like, they're evil. I feel like the recent evil teams, the Aether Foundation was pretty good. The recent evil teams though have been lacking in my opinion. I really need something fresh. You know, I want like they did in the anime for Pokemon Journey. Yeah, I have seen them put shinies in the anime more recently. I saw there was like a shiny hunter trainer or something. I don't know why my music just stopped. It's back. It's back. But in the next set of games, it would be... I'd need a good evil team. Maybe Team Star is good. Without spoiling, maybe someone here can tell me. But, like, is Team Star mid? Are they bad? Or are they a good evil team? Obviously, like, you can spoil if you want. Like, it's my own fault if I get spoiled. Just because the game's been out, like, 2 years now. But... from what I've heard, Team Star isn't exactly, like, the biggest or the best. Team Star was subpar. Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. I feel the same way. Team Yell, let me tell you what I feel about Team Yell. They did not do anything. They followed Marnie around and said, "Yo, you're gonna win. We're gonna publicly harass people who don't agree with you or get in your way." Like, they are not evil. Team Yell is so lame. I mean, Team Skull, like, even had their moments. Like, you know, they took over a town, and even after, like, losing, like, they managed to keep that town to themselves. And, you know, they had their moments. Like, they were bugs. They were annoying. I mean, but they were also pretty funny. They had some really good lines in the game. I liked Guzma. I think that's his name, Guzma. I thought he was a good character. But, like, they didn't feel super evil compared to, like, Team Plasma or Galactic or... you know? They were better than Team Yell? Okay. That's not hard to beat, though. Team Yell didn't do anything. I'd say one step under Team Skull. I like Team Skull. They're just not that evil, in my opinion. The real evil team for me was the Aether Foundation. They were the bigger threat. Like, I think they're even... it's been a while since I've played through, but I think there was even a point where you had to work with Team Skull. Like, Lusamine, actually crazy. Getsus, actually crazy. Cyrus, actually crazy. Like, in their endeavors, they were all, like, kind of insane. I mean, Lusamine, like, abandoned her kids. Getsus found a child, like, in the woods and brainwashed him. That's funny, Alex. Man, I gotta get this shiny. I need it soon. I'd say it's Team Rocket because of how they sell Pokemon. Yeah, Team Rocket was still like they were problematic too. Like they are for me like like they created Mewtwo. Like they're above Team Skull, Team Yell, maybe even Team Flare. Like they did some bad stuff. They took over the radio tower in Heart Gold Soul Silver. They steal people's Pokemon. Like that's not exactly like something to shrug at. Is this an Undertale song? The Delta Rune. I was close. I would like to see evil teams actually be evil again too. Yeah, and it's similar thing with rivals. I heard Namona was a pretty good rival. My interactions with her, with the point I got to in the game, they were pretty good. How he was all right. He wasn't really a rival. Hop was okay. Hop, I think a lot of people hate Hop. I didn't mind Hop. Zarina slash Callum, they're all right. They have like, they're also nice. Like I think the optimal rival is like Barry. Like he's not exactly a total asshole. Like you guys are childhood friends, but like you guys are trying to one up each other all the time. And then there's like Silver, who's also a really good rival. Like he's literally like evil, but like he like has an arc, a redemption arc after like you guys like fight each other so many times and see what's happening with each other. Like he's a total asshole at the start. Blue slash Gary, he's a dick too. Like I like rivals like that. It makes me want to beat them. You know what I mean? But like yeah, actually evil teams again would be pretty good. And so they can be, yes, Team Rocket. Like I think they're underrated in terms of how bad. Like people overlook them. Like I even did it myself. I actually ended up doing a tier list with Melon, who used to be a Pokemon YouTuber. I have a video with him as well. We did a tier list of like the evil teams, and like I ended up putting Team Rocket a lot higher than I thought because I actually had to think about each of them on a level. I overlooked Team Rocket. I think most people do as well. Bum, 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 bum. I'm sorry. After this reset, I'm going to the bathroom again. I apologize. Alright. One moment. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Gotta go, you gotta go, you know. Appreciate you guys understanding, sticking with me, but yep. 2 hours into this stream, we've gotten 205 resets since we started. We're not on a bad pace here. I'll probably be live until I'm hungry. But I mean, obviously we've had our speculation, and more stuff will come to mind as we go. Like, really, the stuff I've talked about up to this point is like really what I think will happen, or stuff I'm really hopeful for. It's very possible that they announce something completely different than anything any of us have even thought of, and I'm okay with that as long as it's not stupid or boring. But what is this? Okay. This sounds familiar. Is this Zelda? I gotta check. It is. It's Gerudo Valley. Hmm. Zelda has some bops. The Zelda soundtrack is slept on. Bum bum. Ba-da-ba-dum, 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 ba-da-ba-dum. How's your shiny Vulpix hunt going, Scar? Do we think I'm getting this shiny today? See, I initially was gonna do this hunt on and off stream, but I'm only doing it. I've only been doing it on stream. I feel like I'd be a lot further if I was doing it off stream, but I really wanna. I wanna get this reaction live. So many of you have sat here through countless hours of looking for this Tepig with me that, at this point, y'all are part of this journey. You need to be here to see it through. Welcome back. Oh, my phone fell over again. Music has me in a trance. The other night, I had to write a 5-paragraph essay throughout the night. I could not focus. You know, I had to do a lot of reading. I had to carefully deliberate my words, gather my thoughts based on everything I read, and write 5 paragraphs in one night. And have it turned in by the morning. Because my teacher decides to make our assignments due on Saturdays at noon. I think he just doesn't want people staying out late on Friday night. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Um, and eventually I turned this music on, and it helped me focus so much. It was very. I never really, because obviously like we've all seen the lo-fi beats to study and relax to and stuff like that. But I never really thought it actually helped you relax or study until I put them on. It really helped. So if any of you have trouble focusing, maybe try throwing some lo-fi beats on. If you have something you need to get done, and it helped me. It was relaxing. And then also like I knew a lot of the melodies because I was doing like video game lo-fi. Like there was like Pokemon, Undertale, Zelda, Mario. Everything you could think of. I keep expecting that I'm gonna see the shiny soon. I don't know why. I just really want to see it. I really want to see it. I really want to get it. I really want to start this game. Bum, 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 bum. What is this? This is familiar. This is Pokemon. What's this song? Is this from Diamond and Pearl? Route 210. It was. Hmm. Sorry, I'm very white. Sorry. We've gotten a lot of female Teppigs today, I've noticed. Oh, what? I just yawned. Excuse me. Man, I can't stop thinking about that one I reset before I looked at it. I just have a feeling that that one was shiny. It probably wasn't, but I just have a feeling, man. I'm never gonna know. I'm never gonna know now. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. If tomorrow they announce Let's Go Johto, do you think it's gonna be like? I'm very curious what Pokemon they would use as the mascots. I sound like your dad when I yawn. We are brothers, so. It's very possible we have a similar yawn. But is it gonna be Togepi, Meryl, Pichu, Wooper, It would suck. I've seen a lot of people thinking they're gonna do Let's Go Johto. And while I think that out of all the things that are on the table that we've talked about, it would be the most disappointing to me. I wouldn't be terribly mad though. I won't lie. I wouldn't be terribly mad. It'd be nice to see like because the art style for Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is my favorite art style we've had in a 3D Pokemon game. So to see like Johto brought to that light, have it remastered in 3D with that art style, with the remastered music, being able to potentially travel through Kanto again with it as well, Battle Red or someone at Mount Silver, it'd be kind of cool. But it also raises the question, if they do, oh wow, how would Let's Go Johto work? Because like obviously like Red and Blue are pretty similar. So when they did Let's Go Pikachu Eevee, like it wasn't too difficult. But like if like let's say it's Let's Go Pichu and Meryl. Let's say it's that. In Pichu, would you do anything with Ho-Oh, and would you do something with Lugia and the other? Would they skip the legendary stuff? Or would they put them both in the same game? Like, because if you bought one, like it would be kind of hard to know which legendary was which. Do you just not get legendaries? I'm very curious how they would handle it. I almost want to see it now just to know how they would handle it. Does anyone here know what Infinite Craft is? I only ask because essentially, if you don't know, Infinite Craft is this website or this game where you start with like three elements. I think it's like fire, water, and like wind or something like that. And you have to like you combine them to make new things. So like you combine like water and like earth or something, and then you get plant, and then you combine like plant and water again, and you get tree. No, 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 it's not Pokemon in Minecraft. Um, it's like I'll do a very quick demonstration because I've played like 5 minutes of it, but everything like anything you can think of is supposedly in this game. I saw Small Ant and Point Crow do like a race to get certain things on it a week or two ago. Um, let's see here. I'll do a very quick demonstration. Yeah, I actually thought it was something Minecraft related too at first, but it's actually not. So like right here we have water, fire, wind, and earth. So we combine water and earth, and I have plant. So now we'll add water to it, and I have swamp. But let's add fire to that. Now I have a dragon. So like you combine these things, and you keep like getting new and new things. So I thought about doing a stream, and keep in mind this would take so long to do. But getting every single Gen 1 Pokemon on here, it would take it would take a very long time. But now we can buy volcano and wind, and we'll get eruption, and then okay, we'll add swamp. We get lava. Yeah, it's literally limitless. Like you combine all this stuff, and okay, so stone. We'll do stone and dragon. We got statue. Now we'll add fire, volcano. Okay, so we'll add water to volcano. Okay, we did that one. But like, you get the point. You combine all this stuff, and you can put stuff out here, and it's like you can make connections to like what's what. Getting every like it would take so long. Like I played for like 10 minutes, and me and like my friends raced to get the word Fortnite. It took us like 20 minutes to like I didn't even get anything electronic related. Like I didn't take the right path, I guess. This is like the most I've played of it, really. But um, essentially, like I think it'd be kind of cool to just sit down and get as much Pokemon on there, and like it'd be very cool. Like Smallant and Point Crow last week or a couple weeks ago did a video and a stream on it where they both were playing and they both had like a bingo card with like different words and they raced to get a bingo before the other person. Like it has Pokemon on it. It has literally everything you can think of on it. Like there's stuff that like hasn't been discovered yet. Like I was combining a bunch of stuff. I got like first discovery words on there. It's very interesting. Like you can infinitely craft things and use the things you craft to find new things. But yeah, I'm very curious how they would handle legendaries in like a Let's Go Johto game. Like, would you get Ho-Oh in one and Lugia in the other? Would you get both? Would you completely skip them till post game? They kind of have to restructure the story a bit, which would actually make it more interesting, I think. Like, I think Let's Go Johto has more potential than people give it credit for. It's not a top pick for anything I want to see. But it would be interesting to see how they handle things like Ho-Oh and Lugia in each game. Or, like, handle going back to Kanto. Would it be, like, a similar Kanto to the one from Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee? Would it be different? Would you still have a battle on Mount Silver? Who would the champion be? Like, like in my mind, like I don't think we get a Johto remake. We're either getting if we're getting a Johto game, it's either gonna be Legends Celebi or Legends like Johto or Let's Go Johto. I don't think we're just gonna get a normal Johto game. I don't see that happening. Unfortunately, I'd be okay with it. I would actually be really okay with it, but I don't see it happening. Dang, we are nearing 1,300 resets. I need this shiny. I want to start this challenge so badly. I want to start it so badly. Another female, though. I'm gonna have to play this challenge so carefully, too. Because if I lose, I have to start over with a shiny Tepig. Like, I might just not use Tepig that much. Until, like, I'm leveled up enough. I actually think it is. I know I said it, but I think it is possible that we get like the Game Boy games on the Switch tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but announced tomorrow. Like Virtual Console. I don't want it to be locked behind Nintendo Switch Online. If I But at the same time, like it's smart for business because it would make me stay subscribed to Nintendo Switch Online. Like unless I am playing like Mario Maker or Splatoon, or like doing like stuff in Pokemon, I don't keep my Nintendo Switch Online membership because like I'm paying for it and not really using it that much. So like I renew it when I'm playing like Mario Maker or Splatoon. But it would make me keep my subscription so I could play those games. And it would be cool to play those games on actual hardware in 2024. And they would probably add Pokemon Home support. It'd be crazy if they didn't. Oh, this song. Is this Tears of the Kingdom? Or Breath of the Wild? It is Tears of the Kingdom. Breath of the Wild is, I think, my favorite video game of all time. I love that game so much. I have so many hours in it. Would you guys watch me play Tears of the Kingdom? Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum bum. You would? I want to beat it, but I think it'd be so fun to stream myself playing that game. I have played some, but I'd probably honestly reset because I have like 80 hours in, but I haven't even done the first dungeon because I just keep exploring the map. BRB, no worries. I'm trying to think if because what I want the most out of tomorrow definitely is a Unova game. But I'm trying to decide what I want the most out of a Unova game. Do I want Legends? Do I want a remake? Do I want another sequel? It's a tough decision because all three are so like I think I'd be happy with either if it's executed correctly, and that's the biggest point is it has to be executed correctly. I can't stand to watch them. See, I tried asking Siri when the new Pokemon Presents come out. They didn't give me straight answers, so I just chose the first video. So when does it come out? Pokemon Presents premieres at 9 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow morning. So it's 7:45. It's gonna be 13 hours and 15 minutes from now. But welcome to the stream, Sneaky. But man, I'm so scared. My microphone just fell. Oh my god. I'm so nervous for Black and White like remakes or something because I want them to feel as like as I want them to feel like the original games if they remake them. But also like I wouldn't be mad at a Black and White 3 or like a sequel. I wouldn't be mad. And then like the best I think Legends, man. I'm so hyped. I know I've kind of keep repeating myself, but I'm so just got a subscriber. Sweet, thank you, Sneaky. I appreciate you. I hope your day's going well. I'm gonna try and be live in the morning for Pokemon Presents. If you'd like to tune in here, I'd love to have you. Of course, no pressure at all. But we've just been kind of talking about, you know, our hopes, our predictions, talking about rumors, what we think is most likely, you know. I wonder if my subscriber alerts are working. Sometimes they just don't, but no big deal. Bum 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 ba 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 bum 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 bum. Love Legends Arceus. Can't wait for the next one. No worries, no worries. I'm glad to have you here right now. No pressure at all. No, I'm very excited for Legends. I hope they do a Legends Unova game. I'd love to learn about the original dragon, and I said earlier this idea I had where it'd be really cool to see Colress travel back in time, and you run into like the modern Colress back in time with like maybe he meets his ancestors or something because it's like he traveled through timelines into Ultra Sun and Moon, so like it's not outside of their own possibility. I think it'd be so cool to see Colress uh show his face in a Legends Unova game. I know at the very least he'll have a descendant. It'd be crazy if they didn't give him a descendant, but I think ooh it's very exciting to just speculate. But Sneaky, what is your top hope Like, what do you want to see the most from Pokemon Presents tomorrow? I'm very curious. I love hearing people's ideas, what they want, what they think will happen. It's so fun to just discuss, speculate. For me, I think Unova is my number one. Any Unova game, as long as, like I said, as long as it's executed correctly. If we get a Unova game and it's like Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl again, I might cry. I genuinely might cry because I'm so excited. I'm so freaking excited. And I'll be so disappointed if that's what they do, man. I'm gonna be so disappointed. I don't want to like get my hopes too high, but I wouldn't. I'd be lying if I said they weren't already very high. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I would be lying if I said I wasn't. I'm just so nervous that they're gonna screw it up. I really am. It's so sad. I have a theory. Maybe Arceus wasn't the one who sent the protagonist to the past. Maybe it was Celebi helping Arceus. That could be interesting, and they could tie that into a Legends Johto game. If we get like a Legends Celebi game, I'd be very interested to see how that could work. That's a cool theory. Someone in my chat, I don't know if I think it was Scar. I think Scar had to go, but um said something along the lines of it'd be very interesting if in the next Legends game you're not like sent to the past by like a legendary or something, but you're actually like from the past. Like that's where you're from. Because like it would kind of make sense too, because like I said earlier, Arceus, unless your theory is correct, obviously is who sent you to the past. And I'd say Arceus has the ability, you know, he created everything. Also, he created Dialga. You know, it's his like the time Pokemon. So like it's not outside of the realm of possibility. And then the only other Pokemon who could really control time like that would be Celebi. So like if we get like a Legends Unova game, I don't think Kyurem or whatever they would base it off of is sending you to the past. It'd have to be something different. I want to see a Pokemon game that's like Legends with something more. Legends Arceus was perfect, but something was just missing for me. That would be kind of cool being from the past. I agree. I think it's a great idea. And I think it's pretty likely. Obviously maybe not for Legends Celebi, but like if we get Legends Unova or Kalos with like the original dragon or the Pokemon War from 3,000 years ago, I don't think the Pokemon is gonna be sending us to the past. You know what I mean? There's Scar. Scar's theory or idea is up in chat a little bit, but it's actually a very cool idea if you're interested in the Legends series. It would be very cool. And I know what you mean. One of the problems, like, and this isn't a problem with the game itself, it's the way I played it. When I played Legends Arceus, I actually haven't beaten it. Like I said, I got pretty far into the game, but I ended up stopping because I ended up getting really into shiny hunting, and I actually spent I don't even know how many hours shiny hunting, and I never got a shiny, and I burned myself out. I should have waited to shiny hunt till I beat the game. The only shiny I got was the Ponyta that you get for that one side quest. But I spent more hours than I can count trying to shiny hunt just because it looked so fun. And it was fun. Shiny hunting was very fun in that game. But I ended up never getting one, and I burned myself out. So I'm going to go back and finish that game in the very near future. But I understand what you mean when you say something was missing for you in Legends Arceus, and I think it definitely was it was obviously their first time even attempting a game like that. So I'm not gonna be too hard on them for it. I think they'll do better the next time they do a Legends game, because I'd be shocked if they don't. Maybe when they first did it, it might have been like a one-off idea. Like they might not have planned on making it a series, but it was received so well that I'd be shocked if they didn't do another Legends game. I love the idea that running away from home to follow your dreams and set on a journey with Pokemon. Yes, that'd be a cool way to start off the next game as well. I beat Arceus. Scratch that. I forgot. Why is this not working? There we go. But if anyone here hasn't dropped a like on the stream, I mean, I'd appreciate it. Obviously, if you aren't liking the stream, tell me what I can do better. And hit the subscribe button if you haven't. It really helps it out, pushes it to more people. More people can hang out with us. We have more people here in the future. It's free, and I'd say it's a good cause because I'm having a good time. I hope you guys are as well. So thank you to everyone who's liked, talked, thrown ideas out. It's been a very fun stream so far. I'm very excited for tomorrow. I probably am going to lose sleep tonight just because I'm so excited. I'm not going to lie. I'm probably going to be awake all night. Been there, done that, got the promotion. Yeah, sorry. I know I sound like a broken record. I've said it like every 20, 30 minutes, but it really does help out, and I appreciate you for liking the stream. It helps me out so much. It's the best way to support me. I think I beat Arceus twice. The second time I beat Arceus, I used my team, the 3 Sinnoh starters with the other 3 starters. That's very cool. That's a great way to play the game. A fun little challenge run. That's cool. I like that. I'll be there to support. Thank you, Scar. I know you're always in my chat. You're very. It makes me happy. I've got some regulars in here. We always have some good conversations about Pokemon. Torterra carried and tanked everything. I don't doubt it. Torterra is very underrated in my opinion. Cool setup. Thank you. Got my fish tank back here. Surely we get this shiny soon. Surely. For context, for anyone in here who doesn't know, I'm doing a challenge run in Pokemon Black 2 where I have to do a Nuzlocke. But I use that TikTok filter that gives you 6 random Pokemon that from a game. And I have to use those 6 Pokemon, and only those 6 Pokemon that it gave me. And one of them was a shiny Emboar. So I'm shiny hunting my starter. So, I mean, it's going to be a very tedious run. Obviously, I'm already almost 1,300 resets deep. But once I get this Tepig, the ball will be rolling, hopefully, and I can drop the videos. I'm probably going to be streaming this Tepig hunt more. When I was about to lose in the area where I received the Flying Rideable, in Legends Arceus, Torterra beat all 3 Pokemon before the fight. Wow. Torterra is kind of cracked, is what I'm hearing. In that game. What do you think the starters would be if we get another Legends game? What starters would you like to see be used and get new forms? I saw a leak. I'm going to say rumor. A rumor, because a lot of the leaks we see in the Pokemon community obviously end up not being real. But, I saw one where there was 3 Pokemon. The only one I remember seeing that was notable, that got me kind of excited, was Chespin. And the reason that got me excited is because I really dislike Quilladin and Chestnut. I really do. I don't like their designs. They kind of suck a lot. So to see Chespin get a new form, a new typing, would be very fun. Would be very cool. That'd be awesome. So, I mean, I think Chespin would be a good pick. I'd like to see some underutilized starters get a chance to shine in a new Legends game. Who else? What fire starter would I want? Obviously, we wouldn't do Cyndaquil because it's been used. I wouldn't do Charizard because Charizard has 1,000 forms already. I don't want to see it get another one. Respectfully, I like Charizard, but I want something different. Maybe like Litten or Scorbunny. Who did you say again to get a new form? Chespin. Chespin would be a cool pick. Because Chestnut is kind of bad. And I think if it got a new form, it could be some redemption for Chespin. I think it's because I like Chespin. I hate its evolutions. It's one of my least favorite starters to use. So if Chespin got something, I'd be pretty happy. I think for the next fire starter, it'd be cool to see like Tepig or Litten. And then for the water starter, I'd go. Ooh, I like most of the water starters. I don't think there's a single water starter I'd be mad about if it got a new form. But if I had to pick one, probably Mudkip. But I think the rumor about Cheshkin, I think one of the other ones in there was Torchic. If I'm not mistaken. I think I chose Chespin. I think I played through Pokemon X or Y pretty early on with Chespin as well. And like it was fine, but I just think it's overall as a starter, it's pretty bad. Like it's one of the worst starters overall. So I think it deserves some love, a revamp, to give it a new chance. Mod check. There you are. You agree? Awesome. If I had my own gym, I mean, obviously Goomy's my mascot, and it's a dragon type. But I think a dragon type gym leader is just too easy of a pick. It's OP. It's strong. I could do steel type like Hisui and Gudra. It's just kind of my thing, you know, Goomy. But overall, I'd probably do like fire or mod check. That's just like making sure there's moderators in the chat. But if I was type specialist, probably fire or dragon. The only reason I wouldn't pick dragon is because I think it's kind of busted, but it does. Fairy type does exist now. Cody is definitely an ice type gamer. Big ice type gamer. I played Pixelmon with Cody. He was an ice type user, thick and thin. Do I play Pokemon Unite? I played it a decent amount, not a lot. When it came out, and I played it once or twice in the last year. I like it. It's cool. But yeah, so if for a new Legends game, my pick for starters would probably be Chespin, Litten, and Mudkip. Normal type. I respect that. I don't know many people that would say normal type is their pick. So I'm gonna give you that one. If you pick ice type, you're beating my dragon types, Cody, so I'm so excited for this Pokemon Presents. Like, I was in a tournament in Discord and we were all type specialists, and mine was Bug. I got so far where I became a Bug type Elite Four member. Really? That's fire. I would not have expected Bug type to win. That sounds like a fire Discord server. That'd be a fun event. Maybe one day I'll host something like that. That'd be a fun video to make. I take like one like viewer for each type, and they all battle each other or something. Okay, but Sneaky, is a gym leader really gonna have Arceus? Almost at 1300 resets. I gotta get this shiny, man. The odds are so low in this game. Ba-da-bum, bum, ba-da-bum, bum, bum, bum. What up, Weasel? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? If you make a video about that, count you in. I'll count you in, Scar. I think that'd be a really cool video idea. I need to write that down in my notes before I forget. Alright. Size, no, exactly. I respect it. I respect it, Sneaky. Because you're not wrong. Technically, you're a normal type. I mean, I would be down for Let's Go Johto or Legends Kyurem. Weasel, we are on the same page, my friend. Now, Let's Go Johto is not my first pick. So we have some different people in here from when I was talking about it earlier. So I'm going to go over what my picks are, what I think, my predictions, and all of this, because I want to hear what you guys think about them. But number one, I really want a Unova game. I really want a Unova game. I would be happy with literally anything. It's like I said though, it has to be executed correctly. If we get like Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl again, but black and white, I'm gonna be really disappointed. I am. But So like Legends Kyurem, Black and White 3, that'd be so cool. Or like a really good, excuse me, remake of Black and White. Uh, there's Slacking's Final Evolution. Yeah, Slacking would be a good pick. Norman Slacking can mess people up. So there's that. I would like a Legends Johto game would be cool. I think they're gonna do, if they do Johto, I think we're getting either Legends Celebi or we're gonna get Let's Go Johto. I'd rather just get like a Johto remake than Let's Go Johto. But I wouldn't be mad if we got Let's Go Johto. And I'll tell you why as well, because it's really interesting, because obviously in Kanto there's not like box legendaries and stuff. So Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are fairly similar like in story paths. But like if we did Gold and Silver, Let's Go, would they do like Ho-Oh for Let's Go Pichu, for example, and Lugia for Let's Go Meryl? Would they lock the legendaries to the post game? Would they completely skip the legendaries? Would you get both in the main story? Because like obviously Ho-Oh and Lugia are not going to be on the box. I mean, unless they are, it's Let's Go Ho-Oh and Let's Go Lugia. I doubt that though. So I wonder how they would execute it, and I kind of want to see it just to see what they would do. And then I wonder if they would include the Kanto post game. I wouldn't be mad at that. Would we still have a boss fight on Mount Silver? It's interesting. It's very interesting. To be honest, I really want another Legends game. The Thrill of Danger. Yes, Scar. It's like, because there were actually kind of stakes. There's actually kind of some stakes in Legends Arceus. I mean, as my Pokemon type specialist, Slacking, yes, especially like, I agree. Slacking would be a good ace. It could be a BDSP art style game. Yeah, that's what I'm scared of, Weasel. Because there was also a rumor. It was from Centro, so obviously not the most reliable, but he did say something along the lines of that a year or two ago, a Unova remake was outsourced to another company. And I'm curious if it was ILCA, the company that did Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. For me, a Gen 5 remake has to be done in a really specific way, because these games have such a specific vibe to them. Like, when you look at this game on my screen right now, it is so distinct, so visually pleasing. The art style is so nice. There's small details like the particles, the 3D movement, the seasons, the soundtrack. Like there's so many elements that just kind of make it immersive, and it makes it feel alive in a way, especially, which is very impressive for a DS game. But it has to be done right. Now I think about it, there are a lot of normal type Pokemon that people don't talk about. There are I will say normal type Pokemon I think are kind of underappreciated. Reset 1300 will be lucky. Well, this is it. Let's see, Sneaky. Oh, so close. Maybe. It would have been crazy if you just called it, though. It would have been kind of crazy. I will one day, when I know I have enough people like who could view me live. I will do one of those type specialist tournaments. I think that'd be so fun to do with you guys. To have a stream where like I have my chat compete in a tournament and they each are assigned a type. That'd be so cool. Because I am eventually, if I can get my community big enough, like I'm not big enough, even just like a few hundred more subscribers, I'll probably make a Discord server where we can all do Pokemon talk, play together, do showdown battles, trade, Pokemon Go. Imagine if it was the next one. Unfortunately, it wasn't, but that would have been very ironic. I wouldn't have been mad either. I would not have been mad. Yeah, I think it'd be a very fun stream to do, and then I'd also turn it into a video, and I'd probably have a prize for whoever ends up winning. So I'm glad to see that you guys are interested in that, because that's a great idea. Thank you guys for putting me onto that. But another thing I said that I think I want to hear your thoughts on this. Obviously, there's been the talks from people, myself included. I'm a very strong advocate for this, which is if Pokemon just took a gap year or two to really focus on like making their next release as good as it could be, I would not be mad to wait an extra year or two if it means we get a better game. So like if they announced at the end of the direct or at some point during the direct that like they don't want to announce what they're working on, but that they are working on something and that they're just not ready yet, that'd be such like if we get that instead of a mainline game announcement, it'd be so good. It'd be really good. I'd be so happy. Because it shows that like they're finally getting a chance to work on something and put their time and effort and heart and soul into a game that we want to play. Um so like they've done stuff like that before, or Nintendo has at least. Um and at the very least, if they don't want to do that, like if they announce like a Scarlet Violet DLC, just something else to hold us over until they're ready to make that announcement. Obviously, some people would probably be mad, like, oh yeah, more Scarlet Violet DLC. Gotta go. I have a practice for Smash Bros. Ultimate Scrims. Good luck. Best of luck. I hope you win. Um, but I know some people, oh, more Scarlet Violet DLC, but it would show that like they're working on something bigger behind the scenes. So it to me it wouldn't be a bad thing. It wouldn't. If we get some time with a Legends Johto, that would be sick because we would get more info on Suicune, Entei, and Raikou. I would be down to see that as well. Yes, I'd love to see. We'd probably get like ancient forms or something of those three Pokemon. Um, but like it's like I said, I'm very interested to see. Good luck with the shiny hunting. Thank you, Sneaky. I hope to see you in a future stream. It was good to see you here. Thank you. And have a great night. Good luck with your Smash Ultimate tournament. It'd be very interesting to see though how they handle legendaries with Let's Go Johto. I'd love a new DLC for Scarlet Violet. The characters in it are offered here being my favorite. Yeah, like I don't think people would be too upset with the Scarlet Violet DLC. I think the biggest backlash for if they announced that would just be that everyone has these crazy expectations for, you know, a new mainline game, a Legends game, a remake of some sort. When in reality, all they potentially announce is Scarlet Violet DLC. So like, I see where it could be a little disappointing, but I promise you, in the long run, it would be worth it. I really believe it would be. Like it would be disappointing for some people in the moment, and I understand. And obviously, the Pokemon community can be pretty loud and negative. I just hope if they do it, people take it the right way, the way that I'm trying to express how I feel about it. It would be good in the long run. I promise. It really would be. Like, if we do, like, I know we're gonna get a game announced tomorrow. It's the best case scenario is that we get a game announced that was like outsourced to another company while Game Freak works on something big, something really big. I would be down for a movie too. I'd be down for a movie. Like I'm gonna write down at either the end of the stream or off stream, and I'll cover it in the morning before the presents. I'm gonna make a list of my predictions, just like what I think I'm gonna actually see, not my hopes, just my predictions, and we'll see how many I get correct. Yeah, a movie would be cool. I think we're gonna get something like a Pokemon Unite update. What time is the present? It's at 9 a.m. Eastern, so it's gonna be pretty much almost 12 hours from now, a little less than 13 hours from now. I'm gonna try and be live for it. I'll probably, if I am, I'll be live 8:30, 8:45, a.m. Eastern time. I'm gonna try to be live. So if you guys would like to see the stream with me, be a part of the journey with me, I'm gonna be trying to be on top of all of the coverage, dropping YouTube videos, dropping YouTube shorts, TikToks, just updating, you know, kind of be a little news source. I will be at school. Yes, it's very early in the morning. I have class tomorrow, but I have time to watch the Pokemon Presents. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be live. We've kind of covered pretty much everybody's thoughts, predictions, hopes, dreams, ideas, rumors, leaks. We've covered a lot of them. It's been 3 hours. You know, I've gotten a good amount of resets done. I'm gonna be live a little longer though. But I am getting hungry. I do have to get a little bit of school done, and then I have to go to the gym. And then I gotta try and get a good night's sleep so I can be up for this in the morning. Um, should I ask my parents if I can skip school? I mean, I can't condone it. Yeah. I can't condone it. Obviously, it's very important to go to school. I can't be the person to tell kids not to go to school. That's a bad example, but I know I probably would have done the same thing. I don't know anyone who has parents that would let them skip school for a Pokemon stream. Doesn't hurt to ask. Maybe your parents are super cool. Like mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. Bum, bum, bum. Like, I can't be the person to condone not going to school, especially for something like this. Like, I know I would have wanted to skip school too, though. There were actually many times where I did want to skip school and watch the Pokemon Presents. But I'm very glad everyone in this stream has been excited as I am. It's been so fun talking to you guys about our theories, our predictions. It's been super fun. Oh, I have to turn this one up, guys. I know you guys know this song. Pokemon Legends Arceus soundtrack right here. We just gotta vibe to this for a moment. But no, it's been a great time. This has been a super fun stream. My friend can tell his parents he has a headache and skip the whole day. Wow. Like, it's speculating about Pokemon with you guys is such a good time. Obviously, shiny hunting has been good too. It's been a great time, and I can't wait to continue to cover this stuff with you guys, talk about our hopes, and then tomorrow talk about what was revealed and compare it to what we thought. It's gonna be so fun. It's gonna be a great time. I'm really excited. I'm very passionate about this. Alright, I'll turn the music back down now, but I wanted you guys to hear that with me for a minute. You know, we've been talking about Legends, and then the Legends Arceus song comes on. Couldn't have been a coincidence. It couldn't have. I think we're gonna end here shortly, though. In fact, I could keep going for a while. I've got energy. I slept well last night. I had caffeine, but it's only responsible for me to end the stream here, get done what I need to get done, and get some sleep so I can be back here tomorrow for you guys. I got Legends the 11th and already beat the game. It is amazing. I'm glad you liked the game. Would you guys... Oh, it's so hard. I can't promise, but I'm gonna ask you. Would you guys like to watch me stream the game so you can watch me complete it for the first time? I've played probably halfway through. I think I'm probably around halfway through. I can't promise I'll stream it because, you know, I still have these streams to do. I need to get this Tepig. I have to finish the Goomy solo run. And I've already spread myself kind of thin. But if you're interested, I can eventually stream that game. But regardless, I gotta get myself up in the morning, be here for you guys. So I'm gonna go do what I gotta do. It's been a great time. Thank you guys. I'm super stoked. It's been a great time talking about our predictions, our ideas, our hopes, the theories, the leaks. It's been a good time, and I'm super excited to compare what we actually get with everything that we talked about today. I think it's gonna be super fun. And I'm glad you guys are here for it with me. It's gonna be a big year for not only Pokemon, but for this channel as well. We're gonna grow this community. We're gonna all be able to do this stuff together. So next year we can have twice the amount of people here this time next year to talk about Pokemon with, our theories and predictions again. It's gonna be a good time, and you guys are here with me, and I love you guys. So thank you so much. I hope you all have a great rest of your night. Sleep well. Hopefully I can see some of you guys again tomorrow. Obviously, I know it's a school day. But yeah, have a good night, everybody. I'll see you next time.